Hey guys, I'm Varun. I'm recording this video for my business analytics capstone project. And in the business analytics capstone project, I have performed loan cluster analysis. So, loan cluster analysis is the analytics of the loans taken from an American bank by customer over 3 years. As the duration of the loan was 3 years, so we have removed the duration column, and also we removed the purpose column from the data set because the purpose for all the loans was credit card. So now I have compared loans taken by people with different home ownership. As we all know that owning a home is a very huge task, and everyone wants to own a home, and owning a home also leads to a change in mentality about taking loans and repaying them, and we can see this through the visuals. So now I will shift the screen and show you the visuals. So as you can see these visuals, this is the bar graph of loan by home ownership. So here the x-axis has three types of ownership which are in the data set: mortgaged home, own home, and rented home. So in the mortgaged home, these are the clients who have mortgaged their home and now are taking the loans. Here these are the clients who have owned their home and they have not given home as the security. And here are the clients which are living in rented home. In the mortgage home section, there is a possibility that the clients have given their home as a security to the bank and then taken the loan, or their home is mortgaged to some other financer or other person. From there they have borrowed the money and also they are taking the loans from the bank. And in the own house section, these are the customers who have a home and they have not mortgaged it to anyone. And in the rented house section, we have the people who obviously don't own a home. So here this is on the y-axis, this is the loan amount, and we can see that the people with mortgage home have taken the highest loans. It is nearly 49 million, and people with own home have taken the least loan, and as you can see it is only 11.3 million. And here we can see that people with rented house have also taken a loan, and it is 36 million and 36.62 million to be precise. So here we can see the people with mortgage home tend to take more loans. So they are in much need of money that they are literally ready to mortgage their home, which is the basic necessity of a human being, and then take the loans. So now we'll compare the nature of repaying the loans, and for that we'll go to this slide. This is the slide of the percentage of principal repaid. So in this section we have tried to show what is the loan amount taken by different customers and how much the loan amount they have repaid. And the important thing to note is that loan will be repaid only when the entire amount is repaid. An entire amount here refers to the base amount plus interest. So if basically a person has taken a loan of 50 lakh rupees and has 10% interest, then the loan will be said as repaid when he pays 55 lakh rupees back to the bank. But here we are only comparing about the principal amount, and as we can see that people with mortgage home have the most loans on their name and they manage to repay it before time as well. You can literally see the values here, and you can also check the percentage. So people with mortgage homes are quick in paying their loans. Same can be said with people with own homes, and people with rented homes have no much things to lose as they have not mortgaged their homes. They don't own a home as well, so the securities they might have given to the bank is might be very small, and so they don't hurry to repay the loans. And we can here see the comparison. Almost all the three have similar percentage of total principal repaid, but mortgage home people with higher amount of money to pay are repaying the money on time and in maximum amount. So we can see that the desperation of people with mortgage home to repay their loans is higher as compared to people who own a house and people who live in rented house. And to prove this claim, I have created another visual, which is the comparison of interest rate versus percentage of loan repaid. See, here's the visual. Interest rate percent versus percentage of loan repaid. So interest rate shows the percentage of interest. As I discussed in the earlier example about 50 lakh loan and 10% interest, so it is that only the interest rate is in percentage. This is the house ownership and percentage repaid. So here we taken all the customer, added the loans and all the customer and added the amount repaid to the bank. And from that we can see that 97.722 percentage of principal amount of the loans taken by people with mortgage home have been repaid to the bank. And in the case of house ownership, 93.68 percentage of the total loan is repaid. Loan is not a right word here. Actually, 93.68% of total principal amount of the loan taken is repaid. And here the rent, house rent, the people who live on the rented house have paid 91.05% principal amount back to the bank. So this is the comparison of the loan repaid, percentage of principal amount repaid. And here we will check the average interest rate. So people with mortgage home have 9.99%, almost 10% interest rate. People with own house have are paying the loan with interest rate of 10.54%. And people with rented house are paying the amount with an interest rate of 10.87%. So here we can actually draw two conclusions. One conclusion is that as the interest rate for the people with mortgage home is less as compared to people with own home and people living in rented house, so they are paying the money quickly as they don't want the interest to rise over the time. And another thing obviously discussed is the desperation which people with mortgage home have, as their biggest asset, their home, is mortgaged and they want to reclaim it as soon as possible. So these are the two ways to look at the things. So these charts give us an example of desperation of a customer and helps us understand new things about customer analytics or the mentality of a customer, that the importance of a home and they don't want to lose the home, and so they tend to pay loans quicker as compared to people owning a house or living in rented house. And another thing is about the interest rate, that as the interest rate is low, then the customer is trying to repay the interest quickly as there is relatively lesser pressure on them. So here is my analytics. I am done for the day. Do give me a review.